Well, I think we can start.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah. So today we have with us Dr. Sneha Bhansali from University of Iowa, and she will be speaking on mathematical tasks in a holistic learning environment. Yeah. Over to you, Sneha.
Hi, everyone. Will it be possible for you to keep video on? That would be lovely, at least for a few minutes, if we can see everyone.
Yeah, so whoever would like to turn on their video, you're requested to do so.
All right, I can start. We can get going in that case. So quick background about me. I grew up in India. I was born in Pune. I did BSc, MSc here in India, and then I taught for 4 years. Lived in Arunachal Pradesh for 6 months, and then went to the US for my PhD. So I'm doing my PhD in math education. I'll be defending very soon, like probably in a month or so. And then part of my PhD, I got to design couple of courses for primary teachers. And I started teaching with BSc, MSc, and engineering. And then slowly, I kept moving towards primary education. And so for my PhD thesis, I collected some data in holistic school, and very interesting tasks I could actually get to see and observe and sit in the classrooms. So I'm going to share one of that, at least start with one of those, and then see where we go from that. So everyone, you'll have to actually work on something. So I hope you are able to, like, have you been logged on from computer, or can you just unmute yourself and say your name, or where do you teach, or what level, something about you?
Shall I start?
Yes.
Hello, Ashwini. Ashwini, you can say something, and then you can keep your audio video on. There's no problem.
Actually, I started, but then I think there is some weak signal here. Okay. I'm currently at Sevagram Naitalim School. I'm doing my fellowship here. I worked in Pune in 2 different schools, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavans and Aksharanandan, for 23 years. And I was teaching maths and science there. I'm doing a fellowship, and I'm doing some work, the projects in environment and math lab setting, and strengthening of maths in Naitalim School at Sevagram Vardha Gandhi Ashram.
Thanks for joining, Ashwini.
Thank you.
You can pick someone next, so then we don't get confused.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm unable to start the video.
Okay.
I'm Professor Sudhakar Agarkar. I was in science and maths education, working at the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, the center called Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education. So I'm presently retired, and I'm in contact with Professor Rana, and that's how I'm here.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sudhakar.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Sudhakar, do you want to pick someone next, if you can see the video?
Yeah, no, I don't see. There is one Rajesh Balakrishna.
Yes.
Hello, madam. I'm little traveling. I'm Rajesh Raut. I'm teaching in undergraduate college.
Okay. Welcome, Rajesh.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Yes, of course, no problem. Jitendra, do you want to go next? So we are just introducing what level do you teach and what do you teach. That might help everyone.
Oh, actually, I don't teach because I am currently a postgraduate student.
Okay, wonderful. Where at?
Aizer Kolkata.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Anuradha, do you want to just quickly share about you?
Hi, ma'am. Do you want me to speak?
Yeah,
Do
yes, please. Yes, please.
I am Anuradha Garge. I teach in Mumbai University.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for joining. I am going to share a couple of questions. It's interesting range of people here. So actually, that's really nice. I want everyone to think real quick for a minute. Who are you as a teacher or instructor based on whatever level you teach? And take like 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you want. And then maybe type in the chat. And if Rajesh is traveling, if you can't type, then you can just say it out loud. But then take a minute, please, and then enter in the chat box. Is my question clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So say something in the chat box. As a teacher, who are you, right?
Yeah. And you can write a sentence also. It doesn't have to be just a word. If you feel like sentence or 2 sentences might help, that's fine. Lovely. Guide, facilitator, learner, explorer. Math facilitator at all levels. Those who can't type, please feel free to say it out loud, unmute yourself and share.
No. No.
Actor, interesting. What did you say, Sudhakar?
Math educator.
Math educator, okay. Rajesh?
Very good.
Rajesh, Jitender?
We have Professor Thambi and Nair. Yes.
Okay.
Thambi, Professor Nair, would you like to say something about yourself? Unmute and say. Hello. There's no response from him at present. So you can go ahead.
All right. So my next question is, let's think specifically about math, and then who are we as math instructor? Is there any difference, or what more you can add when you think of your identity as a math teacher or math instructor? And feel free to add little more details to that. Again, enter in the chat or unmute yourself and say out loud. Either works. I like to empower the teacher and the learner. Beautiful. An observer as well as an experimenter. If both of you want to add anything specific to math, feel free to do so. And just a quick reminder for everyone, this is going to be a very interactive session. So everyone will have to interact and engage. So just keep it going. A patient person who will help children remove the taboo of math is a difficult subject. Yeah, that's true. Turning math into art. Very interesting. Sudhakar, trying hands-on. Rajesh, you can unmute and say what you want to say. More to leverage use of technology. Yes, absolutely. All right, I'm going to share my slides real quick and we can move to a few more things. So what I have learned so far from the whatever 10 some years I've been in the classrooms across the different levels is teaching involves knowing the subject, that the subject knowledge is important, but then also how to teach that is also equally important. And then that combination, unfortunately, we don't really see that often. Most often we see either one of the two is very strong, that some people know how to teach and how to work with children at different age levels, and then some people know very strong background in the subject matter, but then that combination is something unfortunately missing, and that's where we struggle with a lot of problems. And what really happens, this is how I look at the picture, is teachers are the actual implementers who unfortunately are either untrained or unprepared or underprepared. And why that matters is because the opportunities that teachers create are very, very, very directly related to what students learn. They go hands in hand. And so if teachers cannot really create those opportunities, students miss out on learning a lot of things. And then how do we go about that? Like, it looks simple, but then mathematicians tend to have very strong content knowledge, and then educators, researchers tend to have more of the humanities aspect, and then both together we can work on the teacher capacity building. And I think once we get hold of some sort of capacity building, I feel that that's where some of the solution we can see, at least we can envision. And so when I say that teachers create the opportunities to do mathematics, let's think real quick, what do we mean by doing mathematics? So again, either unmute yourself or type in the chat, whichever you want, and I want everyone to reply right now for at least this question. What do we mean by doing mathematics? Like, just give examples, analogies or ideas or some theories, whatever you feel like. But what is our understanding of doing mathematics is what I'm interested in knowing. And feel free to keep your videos on if that helps. Also unmute yourself, background noise is fine. Interesting. A child knows how to walk, ask him or her to walk to an object. That is doing mathematics. That's true. Play with different ideas altogether. Learning principles of maths. Solving problems by getting patterns or invariant things. That's interesting. We have 3 more people. If you want to unmute and just say out loud, that works too. What do you think doing mathematics is? Ashwini, Anuradha, Soumya, probably he's away. Being able to do hands-on activities to explore about math, shapes, forms, and patterns. That's nice. Play games and unfold maths concepts. Explore the unknown from the known. All right. So I have this task from one school I worked at for like 4 months. There's this teacher, Sabita Raghunath. She created this for students. I'll give you more details later, but I just want everyone to actually play with that. So I'm gonna put everyone in breakout rooms, and what we're gonna do is just look at the task for a little bit and see what instructions can you create so that these students, whoever get these tasks, can finish this activity. So bunch of things. Think about the instructions. Think about what grade level, if you want to. It's not necessary. If you teach at different levels, that's totally fine. But think about what grade level, what standard, what age group this might be a good fit. And then the third thing I want everyone to think about is what mathematics needs to be learned or will be learned by doing this activity. And you're free to think what the activity is. I'm just going to show you this worksheet that this one teacher created. And do you have any questions about what?
I didn't get. Can you please elaborate on what instruction? I mean, for playing this, I'm using this.
So this is the worksheet that you are supposed to, you will be handing over to students. And then when you hand over this to students, what instructions will you give students? So it's a kind of like opposite task I'm doing. Usually we have the instructions given and then we implement that, right? So now I'm giving you like a page. Just think maybe this is like a page from the textbook and you want to implement this. So what instructions will you give to students? And to think that maybe it might help to see what mathematics is involved here and what students will be learning or should be learning from this. So that's something what I'm looking around. Is it clear for everyone?
I call it as from solving to creating.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we are creating. Absolutely. We are interested in creativity of how everyone thinks differently and what instructions one will come up with. So I'm going to share, just because we are 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 people, let's do breakout rooms of 3 probably. So 3 and 3. Yeah, let's do 2 breakout rooms and I will send you a link. Just 1 second. So can you see a link in the chat and open that link and see if you can see a PowerPoint on your end?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So if you go to slide number 4, you will see what instructions will you give and what mathematics needs to be or will be learned. And then I've created slide number 5 and 6 for each group. So when we work in the group 1 will enter whatever they come up with on the slide 5 and group 2 will enter on the slide number 6. Fair enough? Let's take about like 10 to 15 minutes and see how far we go and how much time we need.
Sneha, it's slide 6 and 7.
Okay, sorry, slide 6 and 7 then. Yeah, slide 6 and 7. Yeah, you're right. That's correct.
So are people going to the breakout rooms or?
Yes, I am creating breakout room. Just 1 second. I don't know why it's not showing. Yeah, got it. 2 breakout rooms assigned manually automatically. You should have received, yeah. Ashwini, are you able to see the request? Rajesh, are you able to see the request?
Yeah, I think we can start.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. There's one very particular mathematical thing happening here. Let's see if we can figure that out. One of the goals of mathematics is actually being achieved here.
Sneha, can you quickly give an intro to what we are doing so that people
sure.
in YouTube?
Yeah, sure. So we are looking at this one task that teacher created for 5th standard students. And students sat down for like solid 90 minutes and they tried to match the pairs. That is the goal. To color two boxes that go with each other with the same color. And so my question for teachers or educators or whoever is implementing this activity with the children is, what is mathematical aspect that is really being highlighted in that kind of activity? Like, what will students intuitively develop? What understanding students will intuitively develop is what I'm asking about. So for example, let me point out this. There's this 200 you see at the bottom. And then there's this 200 rupees you see here. Now let's try to find out what are the matching pairs for these two. What will match with 200 and what will match with 200 rupees?
Your question is which more can we put in that box?
Yeah. So what will match with 200 and what will match with 200 rupees? What is their partner? Which is the pair that they will go together?
I think I think just a small clarification for everybody that what is written in English is 200 and at the bottom there is the rupee symbol.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not Z bar. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that is not the Z bar. Yes.
So that is probably one usually written as rupees 200, rupees first.
Yeah, but now with new denomination, you're not supposed to write rupees first.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. That is a news to me. Anyway.
Yeah, it is a new thing.
Okay.
And I mean, I used to write that RU or RS. Now you're supposed to use this symbol.
Yeah, like, but still they use like $200. The symbol is not used. $200.
So $200 is used, but I think with rupees it comes afterwards.
Yeah.
That is new to me. Yeah.
Anyway, so there could be that 25 into 8 is 200.
Where is it?
Yes, your pen is there itself.
Yeah, exactly. So let me change the color to orange. So this is 200. And now what will go with this 200 rupees? If you see here, 1/5 of 1,000 rupees.
I think that should be okay. Wherever a unit rupees is coming, that could be possibly the answer.
Yeah.
Right? And then
unless there's more than one. Yeah.
More than one box.
Correct.
It's a logical way of deducting also.
Correct. So, I mean, the idea here in this worksheet, what I found absolutely brilliant was there's multiple representations. Even with numbers and the numerals, there's 1,000, there's lakh, and there is million. So different systems are being used. Or this 30 minutes, or there's this number of triangles, or area, or perimeter. So things could be 5, but 5 square units could be area. 5 zeros, if you see here, there is something as 5 zeros, there's something as 5 square units, and there's somewhere another 5, there's 5.01, and there's this 5,000, right? So the idea, or here also there's 0.5, and then this will be probably, no, that will be 25, my bad. This 5 used as a length here. So it's so interesting that we hardly actually ever go to creating
I'm
multiple
sorry.
representations. Yeah. So this is something I think a very strong value of teaching mathematics, especially at younger age group, is how can we develop multiple representations and give it, basically this helps to develop the number sense. Like number sense is, I think, one of the big goals of mathematics education is when we say 5, what all we can think of 5 is. And I don't think we can really do that when we solve one problem at a time. We really have to see multiple problems and just have those visuals together at one hand. And then maybe that's something I found really amazing about this task. Does anyone have any comment or question or follow-up?
I think one should integrate more components of mathematics teaching and learning in the same unit, same task that you have. So, for example, I could see that this sheet itself, okay. Instead of one way, of course, you said that they try to discover their pairs themselves without saying that find pairs.
Correct.
Right. So let us say one other variation could be both is possible. For example, in that game scenario, it comes at into 17 and you ask, is there any other thing which has the same answer?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, they find okay, they have found, most likely they will find it, right? Once you have pinpointed that for this, find out the pair, other partner. Then I think one should also initiate in the class asking them to explain, why do you think both are same?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is very important, because just getting the answer is not important. How you thought that is the answer and why you think that is the answer.
Correct.
And opportunity to talk about mathematics, I think that at least in the Indian scenario, we miss that.
Yeah,
a lot. I never got an opportunity till about BSc to talk about mathematics in my classroom.
Correct.
It was only in masters when I took the courage of asking questions and discussing. Right. So,
and that is precisely why I wanted everyone to think what instructions will we give, because what happens is we get amazing textbooks if we say they're amazing for whatever choices we get, but then how we implement in the classrooms actually tells what students learn. So one teacher might just give this activity and say solve this, and the other will ask, you have to explain, you have to talk, you have to share what you did, you have to tell me your thinking, right? So there is a lot of potentials in what instructions we give and how much we make it easy. So probably one teacher will actually solve 4 problems and then ask remaining to be done. Then the cognitive demand, the challenge of this whole activity is completely pretty much gone. You are pretty much removing that challenge. But if you just let students struggle with that for 10 minutes, that productive struggle is important. So it's really important how you build that classroom environment and how you let students, and this can actually go on for like at least a week. Because this touches so many aspects like factorization and area, perimeter, and all 4 operations and time and whatnot, right? And you can make different groups every day. You can put them in pairs, and then I think for me, I would have modified this also as not just have one partner, but maybe have 2 partners. So if you're asking students what is 17 times 17, one might say just 289, and there could be one more hiding option there, right? It could be one more option. So can we push students to look for beyond, right? Can there be multiple answers? And so, I mean, there's this huge potential to keep modifying this and just playing with what works and what doesn't work. That's something what I wanted to show is there is a benefit of picking up a bigger task and then doing it in parts over multiple days in different ways. Like you can play it as a game one day and you can ask students to actually explain next day. Or even I think a part of my research has been actually students writing really helps them to understand. So I also ask students to write a small paragraph, like 3 sentences, 2 sentences. And we can have a different kind of communication, because mathematical language is one thing, just solving problems is one, but then developing that language where you get to talk, write, communicate is something very important. Especially students have to do, if they decide to do higher mathematics, then communication becomes very, very, very important. So yeah, that's something I thought we would share. I think we are running almost over. So I have like last 2 questions to ask and we can stop. So just think about, what did you notice and what did you wonder? And write bunch of responses in your chat box. What did you notice? What did you wonder? And then we can wrap up with that. And thanks for joining. I think that was interesting to actually look at a problem and talk about the problem.
And also, please, we have very few, so please fill up the feedback, whatever you want to give. Soumya has shared the feedback form also.
Yeah.
Please
and
do.
Feel free to share open feedback for me also. Like if you want to say, what did you notice? What did you wonder? You can write that. Like, why did you do this? Or, that was interesting. Or this is something that we would like to do in our classrooms, whatever it could be.
It's not a hand-on kind of a thing. It's something I had done it once or twice at some places. So that is called Matambola. So that is a sort of a game with it was 9th standard students. Basically, like that, we have that housey game.
Yeah.
So each one was given the housey ticket. Then we have about 90 questions or whatever number is required of questions, which were picked at random by the person. And each one had a question on it. And the answer was the one which they had to take it on the housey.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so I call it Matambola. And it was very interesting that even teachers were very keen to play 5 times, 6 times that game kind of a thing. No?
Yeah.
We kept some minor prizes, of course, but they were all keen. Like, what is the 5th prime?
Yeah.
So that number is on the housey. If somewhere is there sheet, then they have to cut that kind of a thing. What is 2 raised to power 4? Kind of thing. So it was mixed kind of questions relevant up to that age group kind of a thing.
Correct.
Right. So then somebody said, sir, can you devise something similar for secondary level?
Yeah.
I said, yes, I will do it once I didn't do it, but it could be an interesting kind of way of, it is something similar here going on.
Yeah.
Instead of all the questions at one time, it has a different implications and different
benefit. Yeah.
Benefits, and that is another way of like gamification of knowledge kind of a thing.
And that could be also helpful to do something like this, because not everyone has a bandwidth to sit down and do a bigger task. So doing those kind of problems initially will build up nicely to do such kind of task at one go.
Right.
Yeah. So that would be something. Yeah, that's very interesting.
I think for middle or 9th level, I had those 99 questions. If you want, I will share with you. That is a PPT I made.
Yeah, it will be. It will be useful. Absolutely. Yeah, please say at least one thing before you go. I would really love to know what you took out of the session, what are you feeling, or if you have any question, something. I noticed that how students can be involved, and I wonder for which mathematical concepts we can use it. Yeah, that's true. And you can probably create something now and you can share with everyone, Rajesh. It was really an interactive session, which was engaging and interesting. Okay.
Sneha, you said you had developed some courses for primary level.
Yes, I have 2 courses for primary teachers.
So in case you can share, then please do put up the link somewhere so that we can, those who will like to do something similar will benefit from it, in case you want to share.
Yeah, I mean, if you can actually, I mean, right now I just have my Dropbox folder, so I can share my Dropbox folder. If you can just, email me, and then I can, like, I don't want,
So those who want, I'm just saying that those who want, they can email. So you put your email in the chat box.
Yeah, I did just now. Yes.
Yeah. So that in case you want to interact more and request for some resource which she may have it or she may have seen somewhere.
Yeah.
Which she can share with you.
And happy to search also, because I've been designing curriculum and coursework for a long, like now 8 years. So even if I don't have right away, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find something for you.
Yeah, I think I can give you one request to you and all present. I'm trying to design a add-on kind of course for B.Ed students.
Oh, interesting. So these 2 courses were for B.Ed students only.
Yeah, so that is okay.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of something which probably the B.Ed students can take it along with their coursework, or most likely along with their coursework, which is an add-on kind of a thing.
Okay.
But I don't see much of one component of that course could be technology, of course.
Yeah. Yep.
Because not much is taught about technology.
Correct.
B.Ed courses. But almost everybody is now required to know something about technology.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but could be other things also. Is only one component of that course. So it could be a 8 to 10 week long course, 2 hours a week kind of a thing.
Okay.
Thinking of designing. So anybody who would like to give some inputs on what could be in that course, based on their experience of as a teacher, or it always happens. I wish this was taught to me in my undergraduate courses, kind of thing, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
assessment is one big deal, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but those kind of things, something is talked about in B.Ed courses.
But they don't really go in detail of mathematical conceptual understanding. They talk a lot about the psychological, psychometry aspect of assessment.
What really does not translate into classroom actually.
Exactly.
See, all the theories and everything that is taught in B.Ed, hardly anything is actually used by the teacher in the classroom.
Correct.
A different scenario. So I'm looking for something which is directly useful by the teacher in the classroom.
Yeah.
Which they might have learned a bit or missed a bit in the B.Ed courses.
Correct.
If you have any inputs, anybody or any one of you, please do share with me. I think most of you know my email address anyway, so I would like to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm requesting Sneha also, because she is now in that mode of doing research in math education.
Yeah.
So, she will be more inclined to look into it, or anywhere else. I don't know. I was trying to search if any other university, any other college has such a course. I couldn't find anything.
So all universities in the US have those kind of courses actually.
Is it? Okay. So where Iowa has something, then send me the link. This is the course content of that.
Yeah, let me send something to you. Yes, I will.
Okay, fine. Okay. Anybody else would like to ask, say something, comment something, please, or make a special request? Ashwini, you wanted to say something? You switched on your video.
No.
No,
It just got switched on by chance.
no, I
But
think
it was really very engaging and very interesting. I mean, I myself was looking at the sheet and it was such a enjoyment. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you must be. But by the way, maybe I missed initially or in between when I got left because of the big signal.
Yeah.
So I would like to know what course actually you are doing and where.
So I'm finishing my PhD in math education. So we look at teaching and learning of education and essentially basically how we can improve that. I mean, that's the baseline of everything. In the US, in Iowa. So University of Iowa is where I'm, yeah. So once I go back like next month, I will finish, defend my thesis and that's where, yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
can we ask everybody to switch on their video so that we can take a snapshot if possible? I don't know how to do that, but Soumya will do the necessary technical things. Jitender, can you switch on? Vinodji?
Yeah. Is everyone here?
Yes.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Taken?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
So let me thank Sneha once again.
Yes, of course.
Please do interact with her in case you have something more to ask or share or clarify.
Sure.
And thank you all for coming. I think half of people left in between, but it's okay. It's very nice. Small.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Vinod, you want to say something?
No, thanks.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.